Candace is unhinged. Brigitte Macron won for defamation. Well, that's no longer a thing. Because guess what? The journalist that she went after, two of them, they beat Brigitte in court. And today, I have been sued by the first lady man of France. So let's just go, guys. Let's just go. Welcome back to Candace. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I gotta give it to you. You've definitely got balls. Fire everybody around you, and I mean literally everyone around you who told you that this was a good idea.
Candace Owens just dropped a wild bomb. She's hinting that she's got Brigitte Macron's actual medical records. And according to her, they prove France's first lady underwent a gender transition before marrying President Emmanuel Macron. She's not being quiet about it either. She's leaving breadcrumbs like she wants the whole internet from Paris.
Realize these are not outlandish allegations. These are not allegations coming from the quote-unquote far right or the quote-unquote far left. These are not allegations that are coming from deep on a Reddit feed, okay? This is the reality. It is a couple in reality that has been involved in way too many philic scandals, okay?
Cafes to TikTok sleuths to figure it out themselves, and the timing couldn't be worse for the Macrons. They're already dragging her to court in the US over defamation, but instead of backing off, Candace is practically storming in with a megaphone. If she's telling the truth, this could wreck the whole case against her, but if she's bluffing, then she just handed them the easiest legal win and biggest payout they could have dreamed of. Either way, she's lighting up controversy and the internet is going nuts. But to really get why this whole thing is blowing up, we gotta rewind and see how the feud even started. This isn't some overnight drama. Candace has been brewing this rumor for
We won. That is what I should tell you right at the top here. Piers Morgan, you owe me something like 150,000 US dollars. I'd like to shout out especially all my haters here right at the top who didn't believe me when I was all like, Brigitte Macron is a man. And instead they decided to go with the mainstream media, the narrative that was just, Candace is unhinged. Brigitte Macron won for defamation. Well, that's no longer a thing. Because guess what? The journalist that she went after, two of them, they beat Brigitte in court. They have been acquitted in the higher court ruling. I'll tell you all about that. It's just been a bad day, bad week, bad month, bad year for the Macrons, actually. So it's amazing.
Years. She didn't just throw it out on a random Tuesday. She's been sprinkling hints all over her podcast episodes, interviews, even sliding cryptic tweets like do your research. The origin, old school French gossip. Candace started talking about how Brigitte was supposedly born as Jean-Michel, and she didn't treat it like a wild theory either. She acted like it was the worst kept secret in France, even though Brigitte herself has always said those rumors are flat out false. French media clapped back hard, calling it total fake news. A lot of people rolled their eyes and moved on, but not Candace. In one of her live streams, she flat out said these claims aren't outlandish at all, and claimed there had been whispers for years. But here's the kicker, she didn't stop there. She turned this into one of her signature talking points, something she brings up over and over like it's part of her core message. She kept it alive on stage, in viral clips on live streams racking up millions of views. This rumor, it became part of her brand. Every time she repeated it, her followers climbed and the backlash got louder. By mid-2025, she'd gone from vague comments to running what looked like a full-blown campaign about it. That's when the Macrons finally snapped. In July, they filed a massive lawsuit in Delaware, 22 counts. We're talking defamation, identity theft accusations, even claims that she's promoting dangerous conspiracy theories. Most people in that situation would pause. Maybe post a quiet, "my bad," but not Candace. The same day the lawsuit dropped, she went right on her podcast and basically said, "Thanks for the free publicity." In the clip from that episode, you can hear her doubling down. She's saying people didn't
French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte are suing right-wing podcaster and conspiracy theorist Candace Owens. The defamation lawsuit filed today in Delaware claims that Owens has engaged in a, quote, relentless and unjustified smear campaign against the couple. The complaint goes on to allege that Owens spread outrageous conspiracy theories. France's first lady could be a man, that the Macrons are related in committing incest, and that the Macrons, the couple, is being controlled by the CIA. Obviously, those are deranged claims. In response to the filing, Owens posted a screenshot of a news story about the lawsuit on her Instagram page and wrote, "I will be coming for this wig today. Stay tuned."
Leave her when she claimed Brigitte was a man, and now she thinks everyone owes her a big apology. And now, Candace says she's ready to go all in. She's got receipts, and she's about to show the world what she's been holding on to this whole time. So what's this lawsuit really about? It's not some light slap on the wrist. Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron filed one of the most aggressive defamation cases we've seen in years. They're accusing Candace of spreading lies that could destroy Brigitte's image on a global scale. They're saying she pushed fake identity records, made up gender claims, and dragged their entire marriage into a scandalous mess. Instead of staying quiet, Candace is treating this lawsuit like it's her personal PR campaign. Every time her legal team files something in court, she's right there online, teasing with lip sync clips, dramatic truth bomb captions, and bold claims that she's ready to unleash her so-called receipts. And to her, these medical records, that's her ace in the hole. She says the papers show a different birth name, a different gender marker, and even details of a surgery. But let's be real, this is all Candace's version of the story. Brigitte Macron has denied this from day one, and French officials have shut these rumors down as straight up false. Still, Candace...
We would accept like a lot less, so I just want to be very clear, in case it hasn't been clear from the beginning. Maybe just some photos growing up with your brother, some photos of your first marriage, which lasted more than a decade of your life. You allegedly had 3 kids, some photos of you in the hospital, giving birth to those kids, raising those kids, growing up with those kids that you allege that you raised. We don't need to conduct a medical exam at this moment, just some photographic evidence that you existed for the first 30 years of your life. That would be great. Maybe wedding photos. I assume you took tons of wedding photos. And we see who the maid of honor was, just proof that it was you. I feel like we're not asking for a lot. How about school photos? Xavier Poussard won, by the way, in court because for whatever reason, the school that Brigitte went to does not want to release the photo of Brigitte at school. And so when Xavier went to the school and said, actually, I won in court, you have to release this, the school said, don't care, we're not releasing it. That would do. School photos, I think. So this is a really low bar we're setting to prove that you existed for 30 years. You could go for a walk with your brother now, answer some questions, refuses to do absolutely everything. So you're not going to gaslight us for asking for a bare minimum requirement here, okay? Prove you existed for 30 years.
This is moving like she's holding the key to the biggest political scandal in France. And in one of her podcast clips, she pushes it even further, pointing out how she's never seen a single wedding photo or even pictures from decades ago proving Brigitte's past. That's her supposed proof. She says the missing history speaks louder than anything. Now, if these docs are actually real, someone had to dig deep inside French government records to find them, and that's no small task. But if they're fake, then Candace might have just set herself up for a court loss so big it'll echo for years. No matter what, she's riding the mystery hard, and the internet, it's completely lit up. People are split down the middle. One side swears Candace just dropped the mic for good, while the other side is already picking out courtroom seats. One viral comment summed it up best. Candace didn't defame Brigitte. She just broke the one rule: don't question the powerful. That's the energy her fan base is running with right now. They see her as a bold truth teller, pulling back the curtain on elites. Others are clearly here just for the chaos. One fan straight up said, "I damn near died when she said, I'm being sued by the first lady man." And then there are folks just hoping it all ends soon. One user kept it simple: DNA test, case closed. But love her or hate her, everybody's watching. Because if Candace really does drop those documents for the public, that won't just shake social media, it'll explode across global headlines. And it matters because Brigitte Macron isn't just anyone. Her image is tied directly to France's presidency, the country's reputation, and Emmanuel Macron's own political clout. We're talking about a relationship that's already been under a microscope for years, mostly because of the age gap and their past student-teacher dynamic. Now, throw this gender rumor on top, and suddenly you're looking at a full-on national scandal, not just messy gossip. And Candace is leaning into that hard. In another clip, she doesn't hold back. calling it the hot teacher story, and even saying the age gap made it a perverted story they lied about. But let's be real. What Candace is doing right now isn't just bold, it's risky to the max. If she really leaks someone's private medical records and they're authentic, that could cross serious legal lines. We're talking privacy violations, potential criminal charges, and lawsuits so brutal they could wipe out more than just her online following. Hitting post on something like that could end in major regret. Candace doesn't just sound ready for a legal battle, she welcomes it. She even brings up how the court's asking her to hand over receipts like emails, convos, and anything that could back up her claims, but she's calling out what she sees as public ignorance too, like people refusing to connect the dots she's been laying out. And if you've followed Candace Owens for any length of time, this move, not surprising at all. Stirring the pot is her brand. She's built her entire career by saying what most people won't dare say, or depending on who you ask, what they're smart enough to stay quiet about. Remember when she hinted Michelle Obama was secretly trans, or when she accused WNBA star Brittany Griner of lying about her gender just to compete in women's basketball. She even threw shots at Meghan Markle, calling her a professional victim and saying she staged parts of that Oprah interview. Wild stuff, right? But here's the thing, Candace always moves the same way. She drops a bold claim, people demand proof, she doubles down, then she trickles out little clues to keep the buzz going. It's like she's feeding a fire one spark at a time, and only this time, it's different. She's not going after a celeb or a pro athlete. She's going directly at the wife of the French president. And that means there's real power pushing back. This isn't tabloid territory anymore. This is international pressure, political blowback, and legal guns blazing. And right now, everything comes down to one question. Will Candace actually release these so-called medical records? Or is she just dangling the promise of a reveal to keep everyone glued to her? She's teasing a drop that could come way sooner than people think. And if she really does it, this won't just be social media gossip. It'll dominate international headlines in minutes. But if she doesn't, if this all turns out to be smoke and no fire, then we might be watching the biggest bait and switch she's ever pulled. So, what do you think? Is she about to blow the lid off a global scandal? Or is it just another viral play to stay center stage? Either way, don't blink, because this drama is not slowing down anytime soon. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next drop in this wild saga.